Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Creatives Coffee Hour, hosted by myself, Artemis North, and Shadows Pub, a place for creative people to get together and share and laugh and just talk about whatever. Is there anybody that would like to share something right off the bat?
Not yet. I will.
Okay. How about you, Luke, or do you want to wait?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, that's fine.
Huh?
Right, hang on. I'll drag and drop what I've been working on.
Great. Excuse me. While Luke's working on that, I accidentally went to my first Pride parade this weekend. Not that I've never wanted to go, I just didn't realize it was on until my bus route was detoured. So my daughter and I went, and I have to say it, I should have been going all these years because it was amazing. Ooh.
Oh.
Are you making this one for you or for Damien?
Hopefully for me, I did make this pattern before in a bigger size, and it was too big for me, so he's nicked it. So this is round 2. I'm trying to get the right size for myself.
Oh, that's a beautiful yarn. I love the tweed look to it.
Yeah, I got it at a shop outside of our town, which unfortunately is closed down. But luckily I got a ton of this wool before it did.
Oh, excellent. So is that just your beginnings right there? You've just started?
That's the sleeve. I've done the back and the front, so I'm on the home stretch.
Don't stop.
Yeah, those sleeves, they seem to go on forever sometimes, don't
They do, and I don't think the patterns are best for explaining when to do the increases. I mean, I've figured it out now, but I hate that with these patterns that you seem to have a graduate degree in knitting to understand it.
I think you're 100% right. King Cole, actually, I've done a few, I'm actually doing a King Cole pattern for some baby stuff now, and the decreases aren't explained. I've been having to really...
Cutting out, Artemis.
Oh, is this any better?
Yeah.
Okay. Guess I'm just gonna have...
Just gonna have to scream.
Oh, I don't know if I'm into screaming. Is that the same?
That would be some drastic colour change there. This is for my sister. It's going to be a adult vest top. She loves purple. She doesn't know she's getting this. So I've started it now in the hopes that I'll finish it by January, which is when her birthday is. But the buttons are going to be amethyst crystals because she likes amethysts. So that's something else I'm working on at the moment.
Oh, that sounds beautiful. I love that. You could be my brother.
Oh, thank you. I'll gladly swap some of my siblings.
Actually, Artemis is swapping a sibling to bring you in, and I agree.
Yeah, he's free to a good home. Damien doesn't have to take the nut.
I don't suppose you guys are thinking about adopting a Chinese girl.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So
You just got a whole new family.
I have in the space of 5 minutes, so it's pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gender equal on that one. Battle. There's a sister and a brother. We swap.
It's true. It could be like those old games where you swap the head, torso, but we'll just do family members.
This is a my knitting bag that my other sister made for me. It's Marvel related because, you know, I like superheroes. So I get to put all my knitting into that. And I thought it was quite cool to show you guys because there's not really very many kind of, I don't know, masculine, I suppose, knitting bags. Not that Marvel is masculine, but it's got loads of muscly men on it, so that's a plus. But yeah, I thought I'd show you that as well.
That is really cool. I love Marvel too. And you're right, there's not a lot of stuff for men that knit. They're all pink and colors, aren't
They are, and I mean, I like pink. I don't have anything against it, but I love green and purple more. And it's just, yeah, it's. I suppose it's not very many. Well, more men are doing it, but it's kind of like covert knitting and crochet. They don't admit it openly. It's quite funny, really.
I was just going to say that. I think you are very correct that they don't admit it.
It's true, though. I mean, there's a stereotype, isn't there? I enjoy my knitting. It's a range of people from, you know, little kids in school to much older. Let's just leave it at that. But my friends tease me to I'm going to my granny class, but what they don't realize is I'm going to my tribe.
Exactly. I blooming love knitting. If it weren't for that, I'd be a wreck.
Well, it's just so therapeutic. So when you're knitting, you're just moving your hands and you're just putting those stitches together, and then eventually thoughts wander. It's amazing what you can figure out while you're.
I agree wholeheartedly on that one.
Battle Axe, I love your gift. PYP is now illegal, according to Trump. So, thank you so much.
That's okay, Artemis.
Is there anything else you wanted to share?
I've got a ball of sock wool, which I like the look of, but I was hoping that somebody might have a good pattern for me to obviously go and buy. But I'll show you the wool anyway. I want it to be, you know, you'll see when you see the wool that I like green.
Okay.
So it's sock wool, 4-ply. See, I'm normally an 8-ply chap, but I want to conquer the 4-ply world. So I treated myself to this wool last year. I've just not found the right sock pattern for myself in this kind of weight, which is why it's been kind of wrapped around it a little bit, because I did start it, but I just didn't like it, so I undid it all. So yeah, if anybody has any suggestions or anything like that, that'd be really welcome.
That is
So you're just looking for a pattern that you can knit something with in 4-ply wool. Is that right?
That's right, yeah.
It doesn't have to be a sock. It can be like anything, mittens or something even.
I would like a sock, to be honest. I've got a mitten pattern, but I want to conquer the socks.
Have you? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jen.
I was just going to say, well, I'm not too sure about the specifics, but I'll ask because I know a couple of people who have knitted for a very long time.
Oh, brilliant! Thank you.
Yeah, they might have some. Have you joined Ravelry, Luke?
Yes, I'm on that. My tag, I actually joined it a while ago, but I just never really used it. But my tag name is Dr. Knitting Bear, so you can add me on there if you like. I've only got a couple of projects on there at the moment, but I'm sure that's going to grow the more I get into it.
Okay, I will add you. In fact, friends in mind that I'll send over to you that are on Ravelry and they're free. Do you like socks that have a cable, or do you just want something simple so you can grasp the technique?
I'd like something simple to begin with, yeah. And then once I've got that under me belt, then go for the cables. I mean, I love how cables turn out. I love them. You know, they look really cool.
Okay, I just wrote that down on my list.
Thank you.
Awesome. Is there anybody else with something creative you'd like to share?
It's all right with you. You
Sure.
first, sorry.
Pardon?
What?
I didn't mean to interrupt.
You're not interrupting. It's coffee hour. What were you saying, Advin?
And I'd like to share some things I've been creating on my spare time.
And we would love to see them.
So I've been making soap on my spare time, and the photo's still uploading, but
Oh, this looks nice. So,
so yeah.
what sort of ingredients do you use in your soap?
Right now I've just been experimenting with lard, coconut, and olive oil since those are cheap, and I'm not yet confident with using more expensive ingredients. The little dots you see inside are honey pollen, which I'm using as bee pollen, which I'm using as exfoliants.
Oh, very nice. So did you add fragrance, or are you just going natural?
I've been adding fragrance because the ones I make without any fragrance smell really funny when they get wet, which I don't know what's happening. So yeah, right now the mix is something between lavender and tea tree scent.
Beautiful. I'm kind of suspicious that the scent you're getting is the lard. And I found that if I went to a restaurant supply place, I was able to get a big block of beef tallow very inexpensively. And you could swap that out with your lard, and that smell would. What's the
Hello?
text? Oh,
Sorry?
Can you hear us?
It's a bit choppy.
Oh,
Like you were talking about beef tallow, then I lost you.
oh, did I cut out? I'm sorry. No, I was just saying, I worked in food services, and I found that buying a block of beef tallow is quite inexpensive. You could swap it out for the lard, and you won't have a fragrance issue, and you'll have a nice hard bar.
Thanks for the tip. I might try that the next batch.
Can I jump in?
Yes, please.
Going back to the knitting, if that's okay.
Sure.
I'm not going to be able to get you the sock pattern, but I was told to tell you that you use 4 needles when you're knitting socks.
Thank you.
You use 3 to hold the stitches, so you kind of like make a triangular shape, and you use the 4th needle for doing the knitting, and you go around.
Thanks, Hive. And then there's weirdos like me that use 2.
Two to make socks?
Yeah, if you use 2 cable needles, they're very flexible. So you have one needle going up one side and one going up the other. And then when you break off to do heel, it's a lot easier. And you don't have to keep track of 4 needles.
Oh, yeah, I used to use 2 round ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those are fun.
Well, then I don't get that when I go from, needle to needle, I wouldn't always get it tight enough. When I would switch to the needles, it would be loose, which was my own fault.
Well, yeah, that gap is hard to avoid.
Right. So if I use the two, like you said, the cable need or the need,
I,
the round ones.
I think the final straw uh, using DPNs was when I accidentally sat on my knitting bag, and they hurt.
They really do.
So that was when I went searching on Ethernet. So, Adwin, how long have you been making soap? Did I lose you, Adwin?
Oh, sorry, I was distracted. What was your question?
I wondered how long you've been making soap.
I started since last year because right now my parents have a egg and hog farm, so right now we're trying to diversify, and as a hobby I've been trying to emulate what people have been well on this popular new beauty trend in Korea, which is to buy egg soap. So I've been trying to make that.
Oh, that's kind of neat. What do? Put the egg in a tray?
Yeah, you choose whether you want egg white or egg yolk, then you just mix it into the batter, but you have to also make sure that it doesn't become too goopy. And then honestly, I also don't know what I'm doing yet with the egg soap so far, but right now what people do is when they buy an egg soap, you have to just lather your face with it, let the lather stay in your face for 10 to 15 minutes, then let the skin absorb the nutrients from the egg soap.
That's really interesting. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it is. That's so. I'm trying to experiment with that. So far they're fine. When I tried making egg soap, the problems I don't beat it too hot. I don't beat it as hard as I could, so there's lots of egg pieces still in the soap, and they don't look very nice.
Yeah, I guess it'll take some experience, won't it?
Yes, it is. And I'm going to look for something because I go to the farmer's market and they sell all types of other handmade soap. And the latest thing I bought, which is very interesting, is something called beer soap.
Oh, my daughter.
And yes, it really smells like beer. And I'm still going to use it because I want to see whether people will think I'm an alcoholic if I use it.
Kitty Girl had a great suggestion. Bacon scented soap. Bacon is good in everything in your lard.
I mean, that would be a good gag gift.
I wouldn't mind waking up to the smell of bacon in the morning. Actually, I found out that I keep my bacon drippings and whatnot, and I found out you can make soap drippings, but you only use it for cleaning, like doing laundry. House cleaning, it works really.
Sorry, you were getting choppy again.
Oh, no, I was saying I found out that you can make soap for cleaning, not for your face or your skin, but because it's a higher soap, but you can make soap for cleaning out of bacon drippings in your and whatnot. It's really.
Oh yeah, that's true. It really depends on the lye content in your soap because the biggest thing about soap is all about the lye and how it mixes with the fats.
It's kitchen magic, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, I'm going to drop out and come right back. Okay, is this any better, you guys?
So far, so good.
Yeah, sounds better.
Okay, so that's really neat. So I imagine you put beer in a trace.
Yeah, it depends on the trace. Apparently, from the guides I've been using, they say medium trace is good for adding exfoliants, which is what I did to add bee pollen inside. light trace, I'm very unsure of using because every time I try to use light trace, it doesn't heal as it doesn't dry out as it doesn't solidify as fast as I want it to, and then when I take it out of the mold, bits of soap is still stuck to it.
Oh, that would be frustrating.
Yeah, it is.
Is there really beer in the soap or just the scent of?
There's actually, yeah, they use beer here. Apparently, from when I bought it from the guy, he said that his wife bought it from, would get ingredients from the pub and they would add the beer inside.
So what benefits would the beer give the soap?
It has something to do about the sugars inside the beer, apparently.
Oh, so they'd be like honey. It would be a good humectant to keep moisture in your skin?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, that's really interesting. Have you thought about making shampoo bars? That's something that would interest me. I haven't made any.
I have, but right now I'm actually stopped. I'm not using soap I'm not making soap right now because I'm in the middle of moving and I'm trying to already declutter everything and make sure I'm traveling light.
Well, that's certainly understandable. Well, thank you for sharing your soap. I just love meeting other soap makers.
Yeah, I'm glad I met you too. I'm trying to find out how to make soap since it's currently my project and something I'd like to help with the family business on.
Well, after you get moved, remember, DM me, and I have a couple of links for soap makers.
Thank you so much.
Oh, well, is there anyone else that would like to share something? Oh, kitty girl, goat's milk soap. That is the most delicious soap. Okay, well, I guess I'm just going to have to share with you guys some interesting stuff. Get sorry. What was the first time? Go. And this one is kind of freaky. It's a three-dimensional applique denim sculpture. Isn't that amazing?
What is that made
There's a
out of?
morbid.
It's a three-dimensional applique denim sculpture.
Oh, denim.
At first, I looked at what was below his mouth and went, what is he doing? And then went, oh, it's his beard.
It's a beard, yeah. That's kind of freaky. Oh.
And I see Ingenuity joined us for like this one. This one, I love the way she caught the expression. And her colors were just amazing. Well, I'm assuming could be a guy. It's Heike Blom. I don't know how to pronounce the name. Yeah, there is kind of a haunting elegance to the denim sculpture. And there's another one that she did. Look at the movement she captured. Absolutely amazing. And I actually blew this picture up in my Shop Pro. And the detail all along, that's not fabric. That's all embroidered. Just phenomenal. And then this one kind of, I looked at it and went, what the heck? Made out of buttons. Who can see that stuff? This stuff. I would never thought of making a picture.
It reminds me of those pictures where there's this huge portrait and then it turns out all the portrait's made out of really tiny pictures and then it makes a shape.
Yeah, those are really cool. And here's the same artist. I don't know if that's her husband or just someone she saw. Amazing. Mosaics, that's right, Kitty. Thank you. Does kind of look like Willie Nelson. He's just missing the joint, isn't he?
And the weed.
Yeah. And then found this made out of paper. Just different shades and textures and just put together to create the North American world. Fantastic. And then, of course, you have to have some recycling. Aren't these neat? You really don't need any major skills. Just some bottles, some glue, and a zip.
That's really ingenious.
It is, isn't it? I haven't tried making one yet, but I have a bottle that I want to try. You could put anything in. And I found this. This is really cool. It's dish soap, paint, and water. That's all it is. So blow it up. You put it in your container and you blow your bubble and you lay your paper down on top. And that's how you get the print. You could use it for stationery. I've never seen that before. Anybody? Oh, you used it to do that in school? You ended up drinking a lot of paint? Yeah, I could see how that would happen.
That sounds kind of dangerous. Hopefully you didn't go to the hospital.
Well, luckily most schools use water. They're prepared. Now, these are kind of neat. And I haven't tried one in Move It, but I was having a hard time listening to Discord one day. And I went and got a toilet paper tube, and I cut it, and I put my phone into it, and it amplified the sound. It was the darndest thing. It was awesome. It was like a speaker box. Here they've gone a little further and turned it into a stand. Be good for listening to music in that. Not so good in actually need to use the. And then I found this interesting technique. You mix paint and food color and paint onto anything that's glass. It's like sea glass. I thought that amazing. And I love sea.
But then you can't wash it, right? Because if you do, the sea glass effect's going to get washed off too.
Well, actually, because it's in the glue, you can put it through, like you can wash it by hand. Certainly wouldn't want a dishwasher. Hi, Dynamic Green TK. They are. You could make one really easy. Oh, this reminded me of a project I made years ago, Vacation Bible Camp. And at the time, my hubby and I weren't living together, so I went to his apartment because I knew I'd seen a couple of 2-liter pop bottles, and I needed. And I looked under his bed, and I pulled out 30 of them, so we had some to spare. And we made these piggy banks. But we didn't use paint. We used mache. Paint. Your type on your new post is 2-point type. How did you change the size?
I have no idea. It's driving me insane. So that's why I'm not talking, just so you know, because I'm a little right now.
If you figure it out, let us know. I'd love to change the size of my.
So, just so you know, that's why I'm not talking, and I muted myself.
Why? Because you're swearing over there?
Oh, just a tad.
Engineer,
Yes. Short, almost non-existent, distance too crazy snook. You got it right.
feel the love.
Well, yeah, I do. I used SUP, but the it's carrying through. Um, it's carrying through. It's not. My stops aren't working, and I don't know why.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Does your stop have a spelling mistake in it? I've done that.
No, and I just added extra stops. Well, the stop is. I mean, I type it all the time. That's the stop. So it starts out fine, and then I get to the one photo, the first photo, and then it changes all the type afterwards.
Engine and Kitty Girl are coughing.
Oh, sorry.
Pretty sort.
Oh, let me look. Maybe that's. Sorry to interrupt in the middle of your talk.
You're not interrupting. It's coffee hour. We can help you.
I know.
Did you see what Shadows typed? She said, you don't have to close up. Or don't you have to close up?
Oh, I did. You're right. You guys are right. I didn't close the second sub.
Awesome. See? Power of coffee hour.
Power of coffee hour. How did I miss that?
She's doing Markdown Dynamic Queen TK.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Dynamic. I just always use Markdown. It's I usually don't have any problems with it. Except for today.
So Badlots, you said like the dimes printed backwards. Have you had some instances where U.S. currencies been printed back? And are they highly collectible? So we can change font size then via Markdown outside of the HR heading. Dynamic fast. Kitty Girl says HTML code much more power for Markdown. And Engine says it's a combo dynamic. I can use CSS with STEEM. It is actually. Yeah, this is radio, folks. Why aren't you talking?
Yeah. Why you guys are
Background noise.
That's okay. It's coffee hour. We can live with it. How are you feeling, Engine?
So I get these weird dizzy spills. I don't think I'm hydrated enough yet, but stomach's still a little touchy. I just ate something. We'll see how that goes.
You're not drinking what you call it still, are you? Your drinks? Your caffeine drinks?
Well, yeah, how the fuck am I supposed to function?
But if you drink that, the amount of water, they dehydrate you. Caffeine dehydrates. So you'd have to, like, for each energy drink, if you're dehydrated, then you'd have to drink like a gallon, because those are big things that you drink. You'd have to drink like a gallon of water to counteract the caffeine in those energy drinks. Just putting that out there.
Okay, I'll be sure to keep a gallon of water with me.
There you go. You're gonna be drinking more than a gallon of water.
Water though has not been good to me the past few days. It's been making everything kind of
worse.
Yeah. I mean, I drink a little bit at a time, but it's still like ooh.
Did you get some Pedialyte? I used to drink that. It's cheaper than buying the adult kind.
No, I've been munching on kids' gummy vitamins.
Those sounded.
Do you have any raw honey, Engine?
No, I'm out. I had some from earlier this year, but I don't know where the heck it went. One of the kids thought it was cool or toast or something and disappeared.
Bone broth would help, or if you can get some raw honey, the warm water, honey, and lemon juice. Just sip at that gently.
Or at least just Gatorade instead. I knew a 18-year-old down at the trail, and he drank probably 6 or 7 energy drinks a day. And now he has a heart, and they figure it was from the energy drinks.
Those things are loaded with sugar and chemicals.
Now you.
Yeah, we'll quit nagging that.
Got too many moms in the room.
Yeah, it's true. It is so true.
What the?
Okay, here's something for you. Instead of energy drinks, you could drink a lot of pop, ginger ale and stuff, and then make a wind chime. But I found these wind chimes, of course mine down at the trail were all taps. They rust. Then 6 months sitting outside, rusty.
My mom used to make wind chimes. She'd take like forks and spoons and knives. She'd take a fork and she'd bend the tines out in 4 different directions, and she'd hammer different sized spoons. She'd take like a couple soup spoons and a couple tablespoons and hammer them out and hang them a little bit, and then she'd take a butter knife and put it in the middle, and that would kind of blow around and hit the spoons. It was kind of neat.
Oh, that's a really cool idea. Really cool. I have about 4 or 5.
She'd take like a old mason jar lid and tie it at the bottom of the butter knife so it would catch the wind and ding around the spoons. It was, I don't know, pretty cool. So I don't know where that came from. I think because you said wind chimes.
That is really cool. I have a few pieces, about 4 or 5 pieces of Mom and Dad's old silver that we used growing up. Maybe I'll make a wind chime out of it.
It's a cool idea. I don't think she would have done it if I didn't, take the spoons and stuff outside and dig holes in the yard and root them. But she's like, crap, now what do I do with them?
Yeah,
I'm not even touching that one.
I might have borrowed a spoon or 2 in my day. Damn kid.
Sure, I ruined a few lawnmower blades doing that too.
Oh no. Ding! Here's something else you can do with your old forks.
That's cool.
Not sure how you get a middle finger with only 4 tines, but these are cool. Thought those were.
Cut one off so you got 3 fingers.
There you go, and then you could give the middle finger. California, howdy do. And then there's this one, which is a key rack made out of key. I don't know if you can see that. I guess if you enlarge. I thought that was kind of ironically cool. Yeah. This I thought was really cool. You could do this with kids. So basically you just get some Mod Podge, which you can make if you take Elmer's glue or white glue and mix it with water. It does the same thing except it'll go a little yellow at a time. But with this it wouldn't matter. So you can take baby food jars or mason jars and cover them with fall leaves and they make gorgeous little candles. And the kids would feel like they've done something professional. And of course they'd be covered in glue and sticking to everything. But
Yeah, that's the fun part, right?
yeah, it is. Remember glitter? Working with glue and glitter at school. Oh,
I mean, that looks really cool, but if you just look at the spoon, that looks a little weird. Like a dancing, kind of funny, kind of weird. I don't know.
Reminds me of Fantasia when the brooms got up in the
Yeah,
sky.
yeah, that's exactly.
That is a really cool idea, though, Tiny. If anyone else has stuff they want to share, just go ahead and pop it in there.
Well, I finished my post, and I just actually wanted to share it because of um, the garden. There's a little video that I made of. It's mostly of my my aunt and uncle. They do gardening up there, up in northern Wisconsin, and they have a pond. It's like a park they made. And I mean, she was out there weeding in her white pants, which my dad used to cut the lawn in white pants, so it's kind of a family joke.
Did they stay white?
No, 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 no. But my dad was like all the other dads would actually, or men, whatever, husbands would just shake their head at my dad because he'd be out there like in a dress shirt and his white pants mowing the lawn with his sunglasses on. That's what he did. And then to see my aunt in her, I don't know, outfit that probably cost more than my kitchen in her white pants picking weeds, I was just like, it's like all it runs in the family.
You know, I
But
have to
anyway,
admit, I thought my mom was a little whack out in the backyard in her bra and pants weed in the garden, but white pants beats that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm like, why are you making more work for yourself?
So did it drive your mom nuts trying to get grass stains out your dad's white pants?
I think that was one of those marriage things that you just realize that you have no, it's just not going to stop. No matter what you say, it's just not going to stop. And that woman could get, she still can't. She can get stains on anything, but there's a reason for that.
She was married to your dad.
Exactly. Well, in it, yes, white. It was yes, white is the color of summer. He didn't own a pair of jeans until I think he was over 60, and I bought him a pair. Yeah, yeah.
I don't think our dad ever had jeans. He had
Work pants.
yeah, he'd worked as a body man. Well, we owned a garage in Onini, and the boys were mechanics, and dad was the body man. And he always wore those blue work pants and the light shirt.
Oh, yeah, yeah. My dad didn't. No, he didn't even have that though. He just had his dress pants, dress shoes, and yeah, mowed the lawn in them.
He mowed the lawn in dress shoes too.
Well, yeah, because he didn't wear tennis shoes.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's why when they moved down to Florida, when he changed to shorts and sandals, that was like a big deal.
That would have been. Did he wear socks with the sandal?
No, thank God.
My husband does.
Oh,
That's
yes,
all I'm saying.
he was Shadow. He was a line cutting fashion statement. it was hilarious. The only thing that was funnier is we had a little mini bike, and my mom and dad were all dressed up to go out. I don't know, somewhere. And my mom had her hair all done, and my brother talked her into getting on the mini bike while she was all dressed up. She hit the gas and couldn't get it to stop. And luckily she wasn't going quite that fast. My brother ran up to grab it. She had to go back in and do her hair. I've never seen her so scared of my hair.
Did she ever ride a bike again?
No. And she's like in a dress and high heels on a little tiny, mini bike.
Oh my God.
There will be no goals admitted together. Oh God, how long have you been holding out to that one?
There's our RCMP for us. Where did you come up with that one, Shadow?
Oh, too funny.
I'll never tell.
She's been Googling all night.
This is Monday. I was at brunch. Thank you.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
No, there's a way to cut the lawn. I was one of those stupid but really lucky kids that cut the lawn in my bare.
We got yelled at if we did that, so I would put sandals on.
Well, that's much better.
But it looked from far away. It looked like I had shoes on.
At least you didn't get yelled at.
No.
But my
They didn't.
toes would turn so green and they'd
Yeah.
be so stained. The only thing that would take it off is running around in dew-covered grass. So
Yep.
I'm wondering how in heck your mom got your dad's shoes so clean.
I have no idea. But actually, he took care of his shoes. He had those little kit, the little shoe shine kit thing.
Oh, yes. My son
Yeah.
had one of those for dad. He shined his boot.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get your mom to write down her stain beating formulas.
Yeah, I don't know what. I have no. But she would get all the stains out.
Well, grass cutting is different these days to what it was years ago anyway. Now it's all electric motors and fumes coming out. Years ago, you used to push it yourself and it was a manual cut.
Oh, no, he had a riding lawnmower that nobody could go on but him.
Oh, here it was picturing him pushing it along.
Oh, no, he had an acre and a half. And most of it was grass in the back. It was like a triangle lot.
Oh, the heck with that.
Yeah, no, it would take him forever. I mean, that would take you like 2 days to cut manually. God. No, he had like a. But then, I mean, then the seat like broke, and anyway, it was just, and he didn't fix it.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. I can remember Mom and Dad, 2 lawnmowers. Remember that, Shadow? When they bought the piece and they both of them cutting at the same time. Didn't take too much longer, and they got a garden tool.
That's really cute, kitty girl.
That's cool, kitty.
Wonder what the ears are made out of. To weather, you know.
Yeah, that's a good question. It
If
would
it's
be
like,
so cool. Go down the road and see a bunch of bay hills to banana.
yeah.
There's a place out on the reservation, First Nations United, and they to sharing their sheep by doing designs, and they've dyed them. So you go by this farm, and it's like, I don't know, it's like a festival. Very artistic. Speaking of artistic, one more to show. You know how
Oh,
last week I was showing you the botanical things? Well, this is the opposite. You paint on the leaves and then
I was telling my aunt about that thing that you showed last week.
Did she have any idea how it was done?
No, she didn't.
I still haven't found anything was done. I haven't looked a lot.
No, but I mean, it was interesting enough. It stuck into my mind. Not that I do it because it looks really putsy.
This looks easy to do. And imagine the tablecloths. Of course, my brain goes to Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And interesting tablecloths. But it'd be cool to do curtains. You could do upholstery fabric.
Yeah, but upholstery fabric, if you're sitting on it, I'd be afraid it would rub off.
Yeah, there are fabric paints and you can set them. I'm just not sure.
If you had like a chair in a corner or something
Yeah, something there.
that isn't sat in a lot, maybe.
Like my mother-in-law's family room. Or it's not her family room. It's her entertainment.
Yeah.
And she would vacuum her way to the door and close the little. She had a little gate.
Yeah.
And God help anybody if there was a foot on that rug.
I had a friend whose mom. You walked in the house and there was plastic runners throughout the whole house. And on all the furniture, she had the clear plastic stuff over it. And if you wanted to watch TV, even her husband, I was like, you got the kid. She would make him put a blanket on the ground or on the carpeting and sit there, not sit on the couch. I'm like, who are you saving these couches for?
That's a good question. And I bet it was not very comfortable in the summer.
No. But yeah, I mean, like literally plastic runners everywhere. Everywhere.
Oh my gosh. I'd forgotten about Aunt Grace was like that, Shadows. She was only little when she passed. Yeah, her place was spotless.
Yeah, it was only the family room that you had to go down the 3 stairs without a railing to get to.
That didn't have plastic?
Yeah, and as soon as you started down those 3 stairs, she would yell at you not to touch the wall, but there was no railing, so we used to comment that we could break our neck, but we were not to touch the wall.
Yeah, but don't leave handprints on the wall.
And clean up your blood after. Oh my gosh.
Here, go play down there. Kill yourself on the way.
Here, run with these scissors.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and here's a BB gun just in case.
Oh my gosh.
Better not bleed on my floor. I have heard that one when I was growing up. Yeah.
Oh, one of Cryptocariot's posts. No, we haven't seen that one. Cryptocariot is amazing, isn't she? She usually ends up in my rambles. Oh, this is her new one for Needlework Monday. She always adds a special, unique touch to everything that she makes. And baby themed. I'm anxiously waiting on pins and needles for my little granddaughter. She's stubborn. Devil, here you're an artist. Do you have anything that you'd like to? No, this isn't just for knitting.
I do mow lawns.
This is for
Do you have a picture of your lawn?
Yeah, do you do cool designs in your lawn? No, Creative's Coffee Hour is for anything. If you have some art to share, you're more than welcome. In fact, we'd love it. And you can even talk. Okay, well, oh, there we go. Do you feel like coming on mic and telling us a little bit of tips?
Oh, hang on. I got a problem here. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Well, we'll find out what happens when you type 3,000 zeros into Discord because that's the key I found. There are a lot of zeros.
I like your trending pick. I'm assuming Engine will enjoy that too. So tell us about this post here. Is this a contest that you're sponsoring, or is this your entry into it?
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to be serious, but there's too many zeros.
Go and change your key.
That's funny. We use, most of us, well, I use the Alt key because I don't use it too often.
Yeah, and I use control.
I use the down arrow.
That's probably a better one.
All right, down arrow it is. That's good. All right, anyways, yeah, that's my cartoon contest is hashtag cartoon off, or you can follow the account at cartoon-off, and I am funding it. It is $9 STEAM prize pool split between 3 categories. The categories are single panel, multi-panel, so 2 or more, and humor. And my take on this is that anyone can draw. Everyone likes to say that they can't draw, but the fact is anyone can draw. We just all draw in different ways. And I think the least intimidating way for us to realize that anyone can draw is with a cartoon. And there are many successful web cartoons that are really nothing more than stick figures, and they're successful because what people are good at is everyone has original ideas, original humor, and when you know how to marry that to a visual form, such as cartooning, then it's a completely different creation, and its ideas being shared in a whole new way. And, oh, yeah, that's mine. Thanks for throwing that in there. Yeah, so check it out. I want to encourage people who have never drawn before to try drawing, and because a lot of these people who are surprising themselves and their friends with really original, unique, entertaining stuff.
That's really cool. So just like evening art inspired Snook to draw, it can inspire comics.
Yes, she did.
Now, about myself personally, I'm a veteran, combat veteran, and I'm hearing myself echo. Why?
Oh, it's okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Anyways, so I do some serious artwork too, and part of another reason why this contest is important for me is because there was a time after I got a brain injury where I lost like all of my art talent. I mean, I've been drawing since I was a kid, and I got a brain injury. I forgot how to play the guitar, even though I was a real good guitarist. I couldn't draw anymore, even though I was a real good artist, and I had to build myself back up from zero. But art took me there, and I'm actually trying to be sharing that journey that I took in my blog as well. And so it's very much been helping me recover from a brain injury. And that's my son in the background. He's fine. A brain injury and PTSD, and art has a way of helping your brain heal. It works it in new ways, helps it build neural pathways, and I just feel that, it worked for me. It could do it for anyone, whether or not you have a brain injury, whether or not you're suffering from emotional trauma or any sort. I think it's a good exercise. If it comes down to it, it's just another form of communication. So it's kind of my mission is to get everyone finding their inner artist.
Well, respect. That's awesome. So how long did it take you to learn that?
But that's kind of where the story of my combat art begins. I don't know. You can look through my blog. I do cartoon stuff, comedy stuff. Not everything is really serious and war related, but I've been telling a narrative that begins with combat stories and going through dealing with it I'm about 8 years in the past still, but getting there. I'm sorry, did someone ask a question?
The Hive, did you have a question?
anyways, that's me. And a few of you I've seen around Steam It, and a few of you are new faces, but this is my first time here, so thank you all for having me. And see you around.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for sharing this with us.
No, I was just going to mention there that Snook could draw some more hippopotamuses or something.
I'm on to ducks now. I have to finish my duck.
Garden gnomes are next.
Yeah, yes, they are.
There's some good comics out of those. Put a hippo and a duck and a garden gnome. You never know what you'll.
That's some kind of a joke. I mean, somewhere in there, that's got to be like a good, really good joke.
Dynamics as he keeps step. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Evening Art.
I was going to say, I think that's a challenge, Snook.
Yeah, I'm not good at jokes. Oh, God.
Don't have. You're pretty good at funny.
This is, if anybody is wondering about the whole garden gnome thing, this is where this is all started from. It's a little excerpt from Shadows' Panther optional thing that kind of explains the whole garden gnome, zombie eclipse, green bean thing.
Have to get creative at it.
Is it okay to share a post?
Oh, yes, please.
So I've been playing around with drawing mandalas this week. It gets a bit obsessive.
Those are different.
They're actually really easy to do. It's quite good fun. You just make sure you've got a ruler and compass, and off you go, really.
Oh,
You make that sound like much easier than I'm sure it is, like for people like me.
No, I promise it's really easy. It's just lots of measuring first.
I think she's right, Snow. She shows you exactly how to.
I'm afraid to click on it.
Oh.
Oh, this is an excellent post, Evening Art.
Oh,
I love
you.
your tools. This does look like a lot of fun. This looks very therapeutic, very relaxing.
Yeah, they do take quite a while, and you've got to concentrate. I think that really helps.
Just in his thumb. Thank you so much. I'm going to have to put my hand this way. Not sure I'll share. No,
go on.
If I do one, I'll share. Okay.
I had quite a lot of fun playing with. You can get like an outline of a cat and create the mandala inside that to the outline. That's quite fun.
Oh, that would be interesting. You could do that with an owl too.
Well, pretty much everything ends up turning into one of these.
So pretty soon your house is going to be full of mandalas. Is that what you're saying?
I've been banned from drawing on the walls.
Oh, where's the fun in that?
I know. Didn't say anything about the ceiling though, so I should be all right.
I could just see you on a ladder.
Did you ever see the movie First Dates with Barrymore and Adam Sandler, where she has a head trauma? She gets into an accident, and every day is the same day. And every night, her father and brother run around getting specially printed newspapers. They paint this. She's an artist, so she paints the wall in the garage, and they have to go over light paint every night. And every day, pictures the same but different. It's actually really interesting. It's a great movie. It's one of my favorites.
Oh, I love that movie.
My husband and I do too. I mean, can you imagine being with someone that you have to make fall in love with you again every single day. That would be quite a challenge.
Especially if you're Adam Sandler. I mean, that's got to be hard work.
I know, right? I mean, it's Adam Sandler. My husband called me one night from years and years and years ago. He was working at in Ontario. He called me one night. And I won't sing all the lyrics, but if anyone's heard Adam Sandler's music, there's this one song that starts out, "Oh baby, I love you so," and then it just kind of crescendos into doing terrible things with a shampoo bottle. This is Adam Sandler. He's just. So, is there anybody else that has anything they'd like to share? We sign off. Take that silence as a
Yeah,
oh,
no, sorry. I don't.
okay. Well, what do you think, Shadow? Shall we sign off?
Sure.
Oh, thanks, everybody. It's been a really interesting time, and thank you to all of you who shared with us. It was really fun. So, from Artemis North and Shadows Pub, this has been the Coffee Hour, and hopefully we'll see you all next week.
Or back here tomorrow for Curation Corner at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
Yes, I forgot about that. And then we have Crazy BG at time on Wednesday.
Don't forget, Poetic Snake is joining us tomorrow.
Oh, yes. Oh, I'm really having a great. Yeah, we're going to have Poetic Snake on that show.